Hey there guys, Pinova here bringing the Pokemon Narrative Wi-Fi battle. This is going to be a 5th generation UU tier battle for once. Yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy, like if you did. This is going to be a battle against an old buddy of mine, Loser Soldier XS. He's actually one of my closest friends in real life. He hasn't uploaded in a long time, but a link will be in the description if you want to check out his channel. Yeah, he's a really intelligent guy, really awesome, one of the best people I've ever met in my life. But he's really rusty when it comes to pokes, but I still find that he actually put up more of a challenge than most of the current players in the community that I have battled with this team thus far. You can kind of judge that for yourself. He has a few weird sets and makes one or two weird moves, but overall really fun battle. So let's kick it off. Going to lead with my PK Magic, my Alakazam, same one for my RU tier team. Just going to go for the Psychic, thinking he might go greedy for the rocks. He might switch into the Claydol that he has on the team preview. This Alakazam is Psychic, Focus Blast, Taunt, and Encore. Might switch Taunt for Shadow Ball, but yeah, I love Encore on Alakazam. It has saved me so many times. Really awesome. But he decides to stay in with his Hippopotas as fodder, which is fine for me. Not really sure why I didn't want to go to Claydol. Maybe thinking I might have had the Shadow Ball, I might have gone for it. Either way, I'm just going to go to my Celebi now. Because, yeah, I thought he might want to go for the Earth Power to finish me off, but he makes a good play, goes for the Shadow Ball, and all that kind of stuff. Because, yeah, it'd be super effective against Alakazam, so why not go for it? I'm not going to over-predict or anything, not going to try to set up early. This is actually a nasty plot baton pass Celebi. Just going to go for the Giga Drain right off the bat, just to get a little bit of my HP back, see what he wants to go into, and switch to an appropriate counter. So I'm predicting the Fire Blast, but he actually predicts my switch and goes for Stone Edge. But I guess he is really heavy on the special attack investment, because a Stone Edge is not going to do much to my Clefable, which is not physically oriented at all. So, not really sure what that was all about. So now he goes into his Cacturne, not exactly sure why. I mean, I know that Clefable is specially defensive and Cacturne is physically defensive, so I guess he's going to try to set up on me or whatever the case may be. I guess it makes sense for reasons that you'll see later. But yeah, he goes for the substitute. His name is Bright Plant, so I'm assuming he has the Bright Powder, especially since I don't see lefties. So I went to my fucking Celebi, just to get up a Nasty Plot. The reason I went for the Nasty Plot on that turn is I was predicting the Sucker Punch, although he actually went straight for the Swords Dance, so he's trying to set up on me. But I know that his only move other than Sucker Punch would probably be Seed Bomb, so I know that he can't really hurt me as long as I don't try to attack him. So I Nasty Plot out to my PK Magic, just to see what he's going to do. I kind of thought he would Sucker Punch or whatever, and yeah, he did. So I'm going to Encore him into Sucker Punch, which is awesome, because now it means that he can only Sucker Punch for 3 turns. So even though it means I have to waste my +2 boost, which was kind of just there to scout Sucker Punch anyway, I'm going to go to my Ivankov, my Nidoqueen, because it carries the Ice Beam. My Alakazam could attack with Focus Blast, but with Bright Powder and Sand Veil Hacks and 70% base accuracy, it would not be worth it, trust me. So, yeah, he switches out to Claydol, whatever. I'm on Clofoo, which is good for me. He actually Toxics me. Now, I don't know if he was predicting a switch, because I can't really do much to him other than S-Toss him, but, or maybe he just isn't aware of Clefable's Magic Art ability. I'm not really sure what the case was on that one. I haven't really talked to him about his thought process, or his thought processes, CCCs. So he goes to Relicanth, and oh my god, Relicanth is such a freaking monster. If you guys don't know about Relicanth, you know, he just does crazy work with Head Smash, which is a ridiculously powerful move, doesn't take recoil, and yeah, he just cleans house. So I went to my fucking Celery, predicting him to go straight for an attacking move on my, you know, physically not so embellished Clefable, and then I could just scare him off with the Giga Drain. But he actually went for Rock Polish. So he's a Rock Polish Life Orb set, and Life Orb, of course, is going to enable him to be able to finish off my Celebi. I do think I could have lived if that weren't the case. So I go to my Ivankov knowing I'm going to take a hefty amount, but I could finish him off with an Earth Power. But he actually gets the Waterfall Flinch, which is really unfortunate. So I'm going to predict the next Waterfall, go to my Kingdra. He's actually a DD Resto Chesto Kingdra from another one of my RU tier teams. And he actually gets a crit. And although that crit may seem inconsequential, it actually mattered in the sense that I think he could have finished me off with a Head Smash there, but I guess he wants to try to save his Relicanth for later, because he doesn't have much for my Clefable. So I think he kind of needs that Relicanth to deal with my Clefable is his thought process, and he's not sure if I'll outspeed since he didn't see leftovers. Maybe he thinks I'm Scarfed, or whatever the case may be. So I went to Clofoo on his Espeon while he sets up a Wish, and he's just going to pass that Wish back out to my Relicanth, because as I said, I feel like he's trying to use this Relicanth as a check for my Clefable, And because of Relicanth's good HP, he will easily be able to take an S-Toss. Although it means that he's not going to get as much back from the Wish. But he's going to try to set up again with the Rock Polish. That way I can't switch out to a counter of some sort. Particularly Kingdra. Although I wouldn't really call Kingdra a counter. But something that could finish him off with one hit and outspeed. So I went for the Wish on his Rock Polish, predicting that. So that way I could take one hit, get it off an S-Toss. And then have the Wish bring me back up to full, which I can use to try to wall his pokes later, since I saw that even the physical attack of his camera up didn't do Jack Diddley Balls, and all that kind of stuff. So just going to go for the Protect to get some lefties recovery, because I figure he's going to stay in since he already is this low, already has the Rock Polish set up. Why would you switch out? Going to switch to my Ivankov, knowing he's probably going to want to go for the safe head smash, and since I do resist it, I might be able to survive, and I do survive, which is really awesome, although he is barely going to survive his Life Orb recoil with a Sliver, meaning that on the next turn it will be a double down. He's going to have to take me out because he doesn't really have anything that he wants to switch into an Earth Power. That Nidoqueen is a Stealth Rock, Toxic Spikes, Earth Power, Ice Beam, by the way, physically defensive. And this is my good old especially defensive Cloffu with Heal Bell, Wish, Protect, S-Toss that we have seen on some of my other teams. This team is actually kind of a compilation of pokes that I've used on other teams, so I really enjoy it. Except for that Nasty Plot Celebi with Nasty Plot, Recover, Giga Drain, Baton Pass, which works so well, especially in conjunction with some of the other members. So I switch out to my Arm Minister to receive the Wish. Sorry, I'm a little behind here. Knowing that his camera doesn't really have much attack prowess and can't really do much other than Stone Edge me. But I guess he goes for Hidden Power. Now, I'm not sure why he went for Hidden Power. Maybe he's more specially offensive than physically offensive, as I noted earlier. But still, I feel like Stone Edge would definitely do more. Maybe he's confused with what the type matchup is or something. I'm not sure. Maybe he just doesn't feel like he can afford to miss with the Stone Edge, and he wants to put me down into range where a Sucker Punch can kill me. That's also a viable option, but I feel like Stone Edge definitely would have been the better play there. So he brings in his Claydol, and I kind of expected him to bring in his Cacturne just to go straight for the Sucker Punch, but I guess he thought his Claydol could survive one hit. Maybe it has Explosion. You know, maybe he thought an Earth Power would be able to take me out, depending on his investment. That's a possibility. He goes into his Espeon. I guess it's pretty much GG at this point. I didn't really understand why he was foddering some of these pokes, because you know, he has his Cacturne, which I'm like, okay, it could Sucker Punch me, it could probably Seed Bomb me, it could whatever. So, I thought those last two moves of his were kind of unintelligent, but you actually see here why he did those things that he did, because he actually has Synthesis on this Cacturne, which is a whole nother decision of his on its own, because, yeah, you really do not want Sucker Punch to be your only attack move. You just don't want that. It's poor type coverage, and obviously as long as your opponent has any sort of setup move, and considering that Sucker Punch only has like 8 PP, they can easily PP stall you. But I thought he would set up a sub there, predicting my switch, or predicting my rest, or predicting whatever. But no, he just Sucker Punches and kills me, which is fine, because I'm going to Encore him with Alakazam. So he's stuck into Sucker Punch, and now I can just taunt him while he can't do anything other than Sucker Punch. And you see, I'm actually, I don't know if I've actually missed any yet, but I actually missed quite a few taunts, and I think even an Encore, which is just hilarious. Yeah, he's going to avoid my taunts, which is, I don't know, I think it's kind of funny. And my Encore's going to miss there, which is funny, so he's going to be able to set up a substitute, but either way, even though the sand is taking me down, I'm easily able to stall his Sucker Punch PP. So after he realizes that, you know, I'm stalling his Sucker Punch PP and he has no real options left or offensive prowess, he is going to go ahead and run. So that was a great game, Loser Soldier XS, aka Mike. At the beginning of the battle, or video, I asked what one of your favorite, or funniest, like, battle situations was, and PP stalling them Cacturnes, yo! That's some funny shit. So leave below what you guys think is a funny situation that you've been in. I know my opponent made a few weird plays, not bringing in the Cacturne first, having no other complementary move other than Sucker Punch, but to be honest, he honestly he put a lot more pressure on my team, especially with Relicanth plays, than other players have, so definitely have to give him some props. He's really rusty. Hopefully you guys still enjoyed. Like if you did. Yeah, hope you guys have a wonderful day. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys later.